Welcome back to the Now Morning Show, starting off with a conversation with the recently re-elected president of TUCO, Mr. Ainsley King, and how TUCO is going to be strengthening Calypso throughout the world. Good morning, Mr. King, and congratulations.
Good morning to you and good morning to all viewers this morning who are tuning into this program. Pleasant good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you with us on the show this morning. Looking forward to this conversation, and we really need to jump straight into it. You've retained your role as president. How do you feel about that, and who else in the executive has retained their role?
Okay, so I must say that it's a feeling of, it must be a good feeling because the exercise have demonstrated that the majority of members have confidence in my leadership, and there's no greater feeling than that. And I'm very humbled and thankful for that trust that has been placed in me. And I intend to definitely lead this organization to prosperity and expansion in the best way possible, working together with the new team that I have to ensure that we represent Calypso in a way that has never been in a way that it has never done before, right? The other people on the executive, we have Steve Pascal as the vice president. We have Shirley Hendrickson as the secretary, the general secretary. We have Mr. Kenneth Thomas as the assistant secretary, and some of the names I still have to be familiar with. But we also have Devon Seals as marketing. We also have Rondell Donawa as the PRO, and Miguela Simon. We have Hamidullah Wahid and Bernice Carr as the two trustees.
Well, Mr. King, chiming in as well, I'm Anchor, making certain that we have this conversation thoroughly. I must ask, or describe rather, you have a combination of newer members and some members retained. You talked about the fact that this shows their belief or confidence in your leadership. And I'm wondering what things you plan to continue that you would have taken from your previous tenure into this one.
Okay, well, let me go with the previous first, right? Sometimes you find yourself doing things that you don't know how it will impact the future. And what happened to me at the stage of vice president, especially around the time when the COVID impacted the world, and we know how negative that the presence of COVID was, the kind of horrible experiences that we encountered. That was a moment. I, as vice president, and I was vice president at that time. And what happened is that I saw the need to get out there because I continued. I'm a person who actually expressed concerns with the weaker people. When I say weaker, if you have an organization, you have to pay attention to the weakest links because that could create problems for the organization. And I assisted people like the more unfortunate people in the organization. I was able to reach out to them, like some of the sick people and the ageable people. And my humanitarian side stepped in, and I was able to well, I'm a businessman also. I was able to source funding from my business and assisted some of the people, some of those people. I was also able to create a program for the senior Calypsonians at that time because it had nothing. Nobody wasn't getting any jobs or anything like that. So we did a virtual show called The Veterans, and some of the senior Calypsonians were able to get some money to go by, to live, and to make themselves comfortable during that horrible time. I also was able to donate laptops to children, to members, kids from the different zones of TUCO at that time. And I did it from my heart, not knowing that it would have contributed or play a role in to build the confidence of the members today in this election. But I realized members remembered, and that would have contributed to me getting the kind of landslide victory that I received. Also, when I came in as president, when the late president passed, what happened is that I came into a situation that was very deplorable. It was a challenge, because when I came in, the organization was in a position where I could say bankrupt, Added to that, we had a situation where we had the workers, the NIS wasn't paid for like almost a decade. And workers were at the time were not even getting salaries on time. And myself and my executive took up that challenge, and we were able to successfully clear the debts, 90% of the debts. We also had a six point something $million in debt too, and we were able to work together, negotiation. We negotiated in very effective way and make sure that we were able to clear those debts, putting the organization in a better position today as we look to move forward into the future. And all this put together was able to assist or to project, to create a projection.
King, I just have to jump in here for a quick moment, because we're hearing you talk about the utter transformation that you facilitated throughout COVID-19 and have brought into the future, thus, of course, bringing you to a fantastic landslide victory, as you mentioned, being re-elected. But one of the biggest questions on everybody's mind now is, what is the future for TUCO? So could you share with us what your plans are in order to continue that transformation?
Sure. Well, in moving forward now, as I said, we are aiming at prosperity and expansion, and in doing so, it is, Calypso today is absent, is very absent, and hence the reason a lot of people have the belief that Calypso is dying. But that is not really so, because when you look at what reggae is to Jamaica, Calypso is similar, because we have dancehall, which is similar to what soca is to Trinidad and Tobago. But reggae is very present, right? So it's clear that it has to do with the way the thing is managed and marketed. So we at TUCO, we recognize that Calypso is absent on the digital landscape. And anything that is absent on the digital landscape today, it doesn't exist. So that is one of the major areas that we intend to treat with in a very urgent manner. And how we are going to go through that is that we are going to create a hub where Calypsonians who need assistance, we are going to assist them to get the music out, to also become aware of digital marketing, and we are going to make sure that we get the music up on the platform. And in that way, we know for sure at least the presence will be there, and then people could start to see what our Calypsonians have in moving forward. Also, we see the need for connecting the membership with the executive, because it's important, because the reality is that the more you get is the better things will work, because we have intelligent members, and once the ideas could be contributed to the planning and so on, I sure it will be able to assist us in getting better ideas and to be in a stronger position. So we intend to have an open door policy whereby Calypsonians at any time could come in and have a discussion and be a part of the planning.
Mr. King, let's talk about the future Calypsonians, because you've spoken about how you're going to create the space for the older Calypsonians, digitizing their music and so forth. Can we be a little bit more specific on how the next generation can become more involved with Calypso through TUCO's plans?
Okay, well, our intention, one of the plans going forward is that we want to introduce Calypso to the school curricula. And also, well, that is the younger, like the youths, right? But I must say that has been showing very positive sign. The juniors have been showing very positive sign, because the last season we saw the interest. The interest is very high. Right. But we are going to put projects together that will be able to educate the younger people, and to also show them the rich history of Calypso, right? Through the forms of workshops, And also we're gonna try to do some projects with other people across the Caribbean and so on. We want to try to create networking across the Caribbean as much as possible. But where the young people are concerned, we have the soca, which is also a part of Calypso. So that area sort of is doing quite okay, because the younger people have their own thing and their own ideas. What we are going to try to do is to try to let the younger people be a part of what we do. We try to bring it together, merge it together as we go forward, because the thing is, soca doesn't have any representation as Calypso does. So our intention is to open up and to invite the new wave or the soca people to be a part of the movement as we move forward, merging it together so that we could work together and have one unified body moving forward.
Sounds beautiful, Mr. King. In terms of the future of TUCO, though, when next will we be hearing from the official cabinet? Because you mentioned that there are some positions that still need to be filled.
No. All the positions are filled. All the positions are filled. So that's a misconception in a misconceived media. So all the positions are filled. You know, honestly, it's just that some of the people are so new. I'm not 100% familiar with some of the people. That is the point I was making earlier. Right.
In that case, let me say congratulations to you. And thank you very much for joining us this morning before I pass to Natasha. But we look forward to hearing from you more, because these plans require collaboration, and we look forward to being part of it.
Well, we are looking forward to, and we are very open to work to be working with people. And TTT have always been good to us. TTT is like family. So you know, we look forward to working with you all too, and to collaborate with as much people as possible, because unity will always bring the best results.
And we definitely are looking forward to it. We are family. As you can see, we're all wearing similar colors this morning, so we're all on the same wavelength.
I saw that, but you know, I was just kind of quiet. I was just thinking, well, look at how coincidental this thing is, because when I look at the costume and the clothing here this morning, I'm looking at your co-host there, and also you. I find everybody look like we on the same wavelength, you know, mindset.
Exactly. Great minds think alike.
They definitely do. Mr. King, thank you so much.
All right. So it's my pleasure. I really enjoyed this interview with you all, and thank you all, and look forward.
It's been a pleasure, Mr. King. Congratulations again from all of us here on the Now Morning Show, and of course the nation. Looking forward to seeing you continue to revitalize Calypso, not just here, but throughout the world. Have a wonderful day.